Yeah, there it is. All right. So here we go. We're doing our first live tier list here. Get some things out of the way. The first thing is that my cat is on my lap. Rogue, say hi to YouTube. There we go. The next thing is that this tier list is not going to be based off of the top level, the top players. Maybe a little bit, I'll take that into consideration because it's impossible not to, because I've seen so many tier list videos. But mostly, this tier list is going to be for people who are plat and below. I recently made it to diamond, so I've slogged all the way through gold to plat. Sorry, I was never in stone, bronze, or silver just because I played melee. But here we go. We are going to do this tier list based off of my knowledge of the game, my perspective. Also, caveat, I'm a Rano player. So a lot of these might be biased based on how Rano does in the matchup. I'm going to try not to do that, but I just know that that's going to happen the most because I've played so much more of Rano than everybody else. So, who do I think is the worst character in the game? We'll start from the bottom. We'll go our way up. A lot of people say it's Loxodon, but this is plat and below. I think Loxodon's super easy to play, super consistent. I'm going to say that the worst character in the game is Forsburn. I think Forsburn's the weakest character right now. I mean, I kind of suck at playing against him. But on first glance, I think he's the worst character in the game. I don't think he does anything too special. His forward strong is really good, like the first hit of it, because you can cancel it into grabs. There's a little bit of mix up. The hitbox is massive and disjointed. He can do some up air strings. It's really hard to kill with him because his smash attacks don't always connect. You can kind of, you know, floor hug them into shield sometimes, or sometimes depending on the DI, it won't connect. So I think that his recovery is also pretty weak, pretty exploitable. Like, he needs smoke in order to have mix-ups on his recovery, and it's hard to get the smoke there in the first place. It's easy to clear. Literally, projectiles clear it. You can just Rano needle, and it will clear it. Yeah, and then he upbeats to the ledge, and he's stuck there for a little bit before he actually grabs ledge, and I can literally just run over there and down smash. I'm pretty sure any character could do something like that. So I think that he needs a little bit of tweaking right now. I know that he's seen some play at the top level, but again, this is for plat. I think it's pretty easy when I see Forsburn to deal with them. Who's next? I'm going to say, I don't know if I'm going to put anybody else. Oh, okay, let's also think about what the tiers are right here. I mean, we have S through D. First of all, everybody says this. Every character is good. Every character can get, you can get really good. You can for sure get to diamond with any character. The next step, I think, is Maple. We'll do it, yeah, that way. Maple, I know a lot of people put it S tier, but everybody says that Maple's S tier, and then they'll say that the pros aren't even good enough at playing as Maple. And if the pros aren't good enough, they're definitely worse for plat and below. I think Maple takes a lot of execution to be able to set up Lily on a platform, set up wrap, combo into Lily to get the wrap, and then smash attack them. Maple, if you don't get wraps or just land a raw smash attack, not a whole lot of kill confirms. The up air loop to kill off the top, if you didn't know, you could just hold up on your controller when they tether up air at like the top of the screen, and you will just SDI out of there. So that doesn't even actually work. They theoretically could like do Nair then, and you'll DI up and die, but like there's a very small % window where that actually happens. Usually they'll just live anyway. So you see Maple's like at the higher levels, tether, and then fair, and fair ladder all the way back down. But yeah, it's just so hard to kill with Maple. Maple's recovery also kind of buns if you are without resources off the stage. Like, you lose your double jump, you're just dead. I think that's a pretty common theme with all the characters I think are bad, are characters that are really easily gimpable and can just die really easily. So definitely the case. I think those are the only D tier characters. Next up, I'm going to put Zetterburn. The reason I think Zetterburn is in C tier, one, same thing with recovery. I think these three characters have the bottom three recovery in the game. I know that I'm biased because Rano just got absolutely destroys Zetterburn. You can just kind of back air, and Zetterburn can't really do anything about it. But yeah, I think Zetterburn's recovery mix-ups are really hard to do, because I think in order to do them properly, you need to do the thing where you like reverse down B cancel to like roll off platforms backwards. And it's pretty nuts. So at the lower levels, like, I hardly even see people do like just the down B cancels in the first place. People just drop down and then try to upbeat a ledge. Super predictable, super easy to edge guard. And all you need to do is gimp him one time and he's dead. This is something that Leffen's talked about in a lot of his characters and a lot of the videos that he's made, is not only do characters have bad recovers because they don't have mix-ups, but how many times do you have to edge guard the character to successfully kill them? And Zetterburn just needs to get hit one time and he's dead. Meanwhile, like, you have to hit Crag like 7 times in order to actually secure the edge guard. So that's a big difference there. I also think, aside from recovery, a lot of Zetterburn's pressure, like you can just kind of roll away out of shield. It feels overwhelming, but realistically, his back air and neutral B, all his fire moves do like 2%. So you can wave shine someone all the way across the stage, and it's the same as just hitting them with like 1 forward air. So it looks cool. It is disheartening to play against, but realistically, it's not that big of a deal. He can confirm kills all right, so I think that helps. But yeah, he can get stuffed out by like disjoints and stuff. I think he really struggles against range to get in because he doesn't have a whole lot of range. He also can get crouch canceled like all of his moves, so he has to like down air or grab. But yeah, and he has to double jump mix up to get in, I think, like double jump and then land with down air, which if you get caught double jumping, you're off stage without double jump, you're dead. So there's that. Next up, I think, is Orcane. Orcane, I think, is a really, like, has potential, but again, like PLAT and below, the bubbles are super easy to parry once you learn how to just parry the bubbles. People only play Orcane and they just neutral B down B, neutral B down B, neutral B down B, and they just spam that and hope they're fine. And then when people get close to them, they just like turn around fair and go back to the other side of the stage, which again, you can just like parry that if you see it coming. So very parryable. Orcane does have very good frame data, so get out of jail a lot of times. I'm gonna switch that order around. Because yeah, you can, like, it just jabs are so quick and then all the tilts are so quick. You can get a lot of damage really quickly, but just like throwing out tilts and hit fall nairs. But back air is really hard to land consistently. It's even hard at the top level, so PLAT and below, it's gonna be really tough to land Bear unless you're playing against Crag or Loxodont. The sweet spot just doesn't seem to land consistently, so that's pretty tough. Recovery is actually really good though. This is the first character that, like, I personally have a lot of trouble edge guarding. Like, side B to ledge is just so good because you're literally invincible during the side B and then you appear with a hitbox. So that might change in the future, but right now I think Orcane's recovery is actually insane. And on bigger stages, if you have Puddle on the other side, it's impossible to cover both. And it's not even a 50-50, like the Orcane can just react where you're going. So Orcane's recovery is really good. I think, again, something that makes him really tough in this game is having confirmed kills. A lot of these other characters down here that are going to be on the top have a lot of easier kill confirms. So that helps a lot in the lower elos because this game isn't about doing damage. This game is about taking stocks. So when you can secure your kills at the higher percents and not get Marthritis, it'll really, really help. The next character is, I believe, is going to be Loxodont. And the first character in B tier. I think Loxodont has all the tools. Loxodont hits really hard. Literally off one jab, you can get like jab, forward tilt, up airs and back airs, and it does like 50% just off of a jab. So it's like massive disjoints as well. You can just throw out neutral airs and forward airs, and they're kind of hard to punish. Yeah, Loxodont has a lot of tools. Loxodont is edge guardable, but honestly, it took me all the way till I hit Diamond to sometimes edge guard Loxodont. Up B hitbox is just massive. You have to parry it on the way up. There's mix-ups. Yeah, just really hard to stop Loxodont's recovery. You know, if they have down B charges, then it's especially hard to stop Loxodont's recovery. The meatballs are also really punishing. Like, if they do the instant meatball where they just hold back, so it goes like straight up in front of them, it's like, I have no idea how to approach. Feels like Patui on Piranha Plant. Like, you might hit them, but then you're just going to get hit harder back. So yeah, Loxodont does a lot of damage. Can struggle to kill sometimes. Like, sometimes for being the big heavy character, it feels like Loxodont should be able to kill more easily. Like back air, sometimes if you DI it right, you can live. If you DI forward throw correctly, it does absolutely nothing. So this character actually is probably the last one on this tier list that lacks in kill confirms. Luckily, it just has really good moves in general that can kill. Like, you just land a back air, like a shield drop back air, and it can kill. So next character. Okay, now's where things get really iffy. I think, oh, okay, this is PLAT and below. Keep that in mind. So the next character is going to be Claren. Now, a lot of people hate Claren. A lot of people think Claren is baby mode. I've been playing a lot of Claren, just testing her out because I think she's really fun. And let me tell you, Claren's not baby mode. You have a lot of time to confirm after you get the tipper, but you have to know what to do. And at the higher levels, yeah, like you're gonna see Rungung Shu, I think that's his name. You're gonna see him get a lot of confirms pretty easily because he knows all the combo routes. But Plat and Below, you just don't know the combo routes. Like you might be able to chase and get an F smash, you might be able to chase and get an up air, but for the most part, it's hard to know all the confirms. So even if you recognize you get the tipper, you don't know what to do next. You have to react to DI a little bit. And if you don't get those kill setups and confirms, like you just have to land an F smash or a tipper down smash or something to get the kill. Edge guarding is also a little bit more difficult. Like you can jump off with a charged neutral B, but it looks really easy to do, but it's actually not. So maybe I'm just bad, but I think Claren's actually pretty hard to play because it's hard to get the kills. Claren's recovery, though, I think is one of the best recoveries in the game. Really lots of mix-ups. It's so fast. Like if you just sweet spot up B, I genuinely have no idea how to play against it. Because yeah, if you time your ledge invincibility, they just do the second swing of the up B and make it back on. So I don't even know what to do against Claren's up B. Really fast. Up tilt still is a lasting hitbox. So Claren has a lot of tools, really frustrating to play against. I think also what makes Claren so good is Claren's aerial drift. If you do a full hop rising forward air and then drift back, it's like impossible to punish. So yeah, Claren's aerial drift. That also makes Claren's recovery super good because if they do the second swing of the up B, they can mix up which side they drift to. Really hard to punish there too. So yeah, I think Claren's a very good character, just hard to confirm the kills. Next up for Plat and Below, we're gonna get to A tier now. We're gonna put Fleet. Now, I'll be honest, if I'm looking at pro games, I think Fleet and Crag are the #1 in the world. Maybe just because Cake Assault plays Fleet and he's goated. But Plat and Below, it's a little bit harder to do a lot of the Fleet tech. You have to be familiar with how float works, be able to use it well. But neutral is pretty insane with Fleet. You can kind of just throw outside Bs until you get the tornado in a really good spot. Edge guarding is so good with Fleet. You can just like drop down, do float and airs into a back air and carry them all the way to the blast zone. Really easy kills. Just back air and up air are so strong. Up air specifically is so strong. Fleet has no business having that strong of an up air that just kills at 100% anywhere on the stage. So yeah, I think Fleet can find kills pretty easily because shield dropping is so good. Shield drop back air, shield drop up air, super good. And Fleet's recovery is amazing. You get float back every time you touch the ledge, which might change in a future patch, but you get float back, you up B over and over and over again. You can mix up the angle of up B. Up B's hitbox is also ginormous. You would think that up B, the like second part of up B would have like no hitbox, but no, like I try to run up and like down smash at the ledge and I just get hit every time, or like down tilt on the ledge. I'm the one who's getting hit by Fleet recovery. You have to edge guard this character so many times before they make it back. Because even if they don't have a double jump, they probably still have float, and then they can up B. They can even use like the reverse down B to send them further. It's ridiculous. So yeah, Fleet's recovery is really good. I think Fleet has a high skill ceiling, but even without that high skill ceiling, Fleet can still find a lot of success. Next up, okay, now do I jump all the way to S tier or A tier? Okay, I'm a little bit biased. Okay, I'm gonna put Raster next at A tier. So Raster, the reason I'm putting Raster in A tier, also just difficult. This character is difficult. I think at higher levels of play, Raster's S tier. Plat and Below, you have to find NATO, which honestly is pretty easy. So, but if you watched my games earlier, I was kind of just bodying this Raster because you just camp on platforms. But honestly, the fact that NATO still comes out, even if you hit shield and then you have that slipstream and it lasts for so long, and then immediately once it disappears, you can throw another tornado. And even here's my other thing why Raster is so good. Even if tornado, the slipstream is gone or you missed it, Raster's still a great character. So yeah, Raster can do so much. Raster's edge guarding is insane. You can literally just get forward air, forward air, forward air, forward air to all the way to the blast zone. And then they can neutral air, which catches if you air dodge, the second hit of neutral air will still hit you and kill you. They have really good out of shield options. Like the up B out of shield is insane. It's a little bit difficult, but when you do hit it, like you can just kill it like 70, and you can hit moves that are otherwise like unpunishable. Like random back air. I will back air a Raster's shield, and they'll still be able to up B out of shield and kill me. So it's pretty insane. It's really hard to deal with Raster's grabs as well. Like down throw sets up for a lot of good situations. If they get that like rising tornado, the special pummel, then they down throw, I think they can just do falling up smash and it's like almost confirmed. So decent kill confirms. You can kind of fish for down B to confirm up smashes in the air. Forward tilts, dash attack at the edge combos. You can just dash attack when someone's like shielding on the edge, go through their shield and it's safe. Or if you hit them, it literally combos into a kill move. So pretty safe. Yeah, and Raster's aerial drift is insane, which makes sense. So you like everything's safe on shield. You just like hit a shield and drift away, and they can't punish you. So yeah, so that's why I think Raster's really good. All of Raster's moves are incredible, combo into each other. Raster's light, but whatever. You have multiple jumps. You can play around with people and get past moves. Next character, Rano, my goat. The frog legs are busted, dude. Rano just has everything. Anything you could ever want, Rano has it. The recovery, honestly, is really good. There's so many mix-ups. It is one of those characters where if you get hit once, you might die. But it's really hard to hit Rano. So, yeah, recovery is pretty good. Edge guarding, probably the best edge guard in the game. Maybe behind Fleet. And maybe Raster as well. But, yeah, like back air, all you need is back air. This is back air, the character. And then also all his moves are really good, too. So, yeah, he's really easy to find kills with. You literally can just fish for down tilts and then forward air or down tilt, up smash at certain percents to get an even earlier kill. Yeah, back air just combos into itself. Forward air is so fast, you can just spam it off stage when you're edge guarding. I know people say that his like aerial mobility sucks, but yeah, just stay on the ground and or just float in like dangerous spots to land with back air. All his aerials are like safe on shields, so you never even have to worry about getting punished out of shield. You can just mash away and throw out moves and destroy people. Back air is just such a good neutral tool as well. And then with throw mix-ups, Rano has one of the best grabs in the game. Not necessarily the grab itself, but all the throws. So there's a down throw, back throw mix-up where if they DI in on either one, you can get either a smash attack or a forward air. At some percents against some characters, if you're kind of near the ledge, you can down throw. And even if they DI out, you can still get an F smash. So it's so easy to find kills with this character. And the fact that you can super jump means that you can confirm kills even later because you can still get up to people. And at low percents against fast fallers like Crag, you can just up throw and then up air, up air, up air, up air to like 40%, like right off zero. So the grabs are just insane. You can down throw tech chase pretty easily. So if you have experience playing like Sheik in Melee, you already have that skill. So just down throw tech chase. It's nuts. So Rano, just a goated character all around, can literally do everything. Big, great fundamentals character. Now, if there was an SS tier, Crag would go in SS tier. I think Crag's the best character in the game by far. I don't even think it's close. I think this character is baby mode. And below Plat and Below, dude, this character is actually baby mode. You can just off of like a jab do like 40% that I genuinely don't know how to get out of. Like even crouch cancel doesn't work because then they can combo turn around up tilt into it. Rock is just crazy. It's one of the best edge guarding tools in the game. You just throw the rock, and if they get hit by it once, they're dead. Or you can even throw the rock and then jump off, catch the rock, throw it again, and they're dead. So rock is already so hard to deal with. And then that's like one mini game out of the way, and then you just actually have to deal with this character that's incredible. Why does a heavy like this have a back air that's safe on shield? It's safe on shield no matter how you space it. They can be point blank, they back air your shield, and it's safe. It depends on the character. I mean, Rano can maybe punish because he's goated. But a lot of characters struggle to punish, like even a back air that's point blank on shield. It's ridiculous. The down throw is also insane. It doesn't force you into tech. It just pops you up right in front of you. Literally the dream down throw that any character would want. So yeah, best recovery in the game. You put that pillar and you can jump back off the pillar. Then even after you do the pillar, you still have side B mix-ups and like the just up B again. You can wall jump afterwards, which is crazy. You can also you can grab rock off of pillar. So if you up B real high, you can grab rock and then use it to get back down. There's also like crazy setups you can do where you like throw a rock and then you side B into it so the shards cover ledge as you're recovering. It's so stupid. It's great when you're recovering high. It's great when you're recovering low. One of the only characters that has like an incredible vertical recovery. Most characters, if you land a spike against them, they're going to die even if they're not in hit stun all the way to the blast zone, except for Crag. Crag can just pillar and make it back. And forward air, incredibly long range. Landing back air just combos into forward air. Forward air combos into itself. If you DI in, you just get hit by a second forward air. If you DI out the first one, you just die from forward air because it's crazy strong. He's also just the heaviest character in the game. So not only does he have the best recovery, but he's super heavy. So, I mean, Loxodon might technically be heavier on paper, but he's not floaty. So I feel like he just feels harder to kill because you can't kill him off the top. So it's hard to kill him, and then he has the best recovery. So you have to go to small stages, but then he also bodies you on small stages. His forward smash, if he just throws out a random one and hits you, you're just dead at 50. He just has all the tools you'll want, and they're all perfect. Maybe his dash speed is a little slow. Only con. But that doesn't matter when you have everything else you want. So yeah, this is my tier list for Plat and below. I think it holds up for a lot of the ranks, to be honest. I know you can compare it to some other people, but that's what we got. This is the tier list, and I'm sitting with this, and I'm pretty happy with it.